Hello my dear friends and colleagues, my name is Paul Erdman, and today we are going to be talking about sanding floors. I'm starting with 36 grit, moving up to 60 grit, and finishing with 80 grit. That's the highest grit that I'm going to, because that was the highest grit that Menards had. And we're going with a natural finish, no stain. And I believe what we chose to go with was Minwax, and it is a clear satin. It's a 100-year-old house, so when I pulled up the carpet, literally could have been anything underneath here. Glue everywhere. Glue as far as the eye can see. We're going to be going through sandpaper a little more than normal. But it should be fine, so I'm going to get the drum sander set up. I'm going to finish with one last sweep of this room, and then we'll get to sanding. Thank you for coming along with me on this journey. All right, and now we just got to do one final pass of the room to make sure all the staples are out, and then we can start sanding. So we'll go ahead and do that. I was able to find a couple more. Just right here in the center, we missed a cluster by the front door. It was probably in total about 200 staples, and my wife Hannah did 99.9% of staple removal, because she's the best. So I'm gonna get those out of there, and then we're gonna start sanding. Yeah, okay, well, I think that's enough gabbing around. Let's get this machine going and actually see if we can't screw something up. I wanted to stop the video right here to kind of show you something real quick that can help you when you do your project. So this is where I started on this side, and as you can see, my pace was a bit too fast, and I left a lot of the glue behind, and then I did too long of a stop at the end. I started to find a better pace that's actually working better for us. Still leaving some strips of glue, but getting the majority of it off, and now we're down to raw wood there. Night and day difference between what it was and what it is, which is super cool. But when you're getting to the point where you might want to change the paper, you're going to start to see what's almost like a burn mark. It kind of starts to look like. And under here, if we take a look, yeah, there's your culprit right there. So that, to me, like, even though there's plenty of grab still over here, when it gets like this, I don't want to use it anymore. So at this point, we're just gonna go ahead and switch that out. Okay, well, we're gonna toss this one on there. and we'll be good to go. Well, my plan was to show you when I was done sanding what the floor looked like, and I forgot to do that, but I did take a picture, so I'll put the picture up here. So now I've done 2 coats of polyurethane, so you can take a look at what that looks like. So now I wanted to show you what it looks like now that we live in it. This is what it looks like. So we are so much happier now that we live in a place without old carpet, without a ton of glue. You got our furniture in here, and you can tell it's lived in because it's messy. We feel better living in a space that's comfortable for us. Walls are painted, floors are done. I'm pretty much finished with this room. So the takeaway from all of this, and the point of this entire video, is this. Do not be afraid of home improvements and doing it yourself. If you can swing a hammer, it's all on the wrist. If you can run a sander, it's all in the back. You can tackle pretty much any of these projects. And to be honest with you, if you're nervous or worried about how to do it, just go on YouTube. There's so many tutorials on how to do all of this stuff. And if you have the time, you should. It feels good. So I encourage you, if you're afraid to tackle any of these projects, use that fear to make sure that you're careful while you're doing them, but don't let it prevent you from even trying. Well, I have been Paul Erdman, and I still will be after this video is over. It's a pleasure talking to you. This old house, that I live in, it's not a trademark infringement against this old house, the PBS show. It's just a thing I live in, an old house.